Welcome back, everyone. Beyond the signing of the peace accord is a major and more deeper or a deeper commitment of not only the players not keeping to their commitment, but the voters also holding the players accountable. Check out some of these statistics on election violence in Nigeria. Just a little of the kind of violence and death that have occurred in our elections. 140 people were killed in the 2011 pre-election violence. 1,000 people killed in 2011 post-election violence in Nigeria. And Boko Haram on an election day in 2015 killed 41 people. Now, as we go ahead into the 2019 election, nobody wants anybody dead. You remember a situation where UCOM members, they're sent an ad hoc assignment and election. Some of them were badly injured, some of them killed. Can we have a peaceful and fair elections? Let's get back to the conversation, everyone. I've been speaking with the Director General of the Nigeria Intervention Movement, Mr. Wale Okuni, and a retired police assistant, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Mr. Ephraim Amankula. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being on the program today. And I need to ask you quickly, those statistics, there are people who lost their lives beyond the numbers, beyond the figures. And the question we'll be asking ourselves, in some of the areas in the country where you have security situation, what do you think must be done? We saw the budget that was forwarded to the National Assembly for security, the DSS, the military, the police for this election. Are you satisfied with the present system and the apparatus that we have?
The most important thing is about sincerity of purpose from the head of state. If the president can give assurance that there must be peace, of course, every other person has to pursue the objective, the national objective. But while the president begins to dilly-dally, the security apparatus will begin to also align with him. That's the problem we have. But if there is a sincerity of purpose, that those ones don't look at the face of the president.
Sometimes the police have deployed 30,000, 18,000, 20,000 police officers to a governorship election. I'm very sure they don't have the capacity to do that for a general election. So does it mean that we are in trouble in the general elections, considering the staggered election that attracts such kind of security?
Yeah, it's a cause for concern. Because if they should be able to manage the number of personnel they have with the responsibility that they are given, they don't have to have millions of people to contain security. It's a matter of determination that this is the goal. You pursue the goal. The number will not matter.
Do you think the military should be involved in our elections?
They have to be involved because they are doing civic responsibilities that the police are supposed to cover.
They're supposed to be involved?
Yes.
I mean, because the law does not permit them to be involved in such roles.
But it's been abused because they have been involved. They have been involved. There's no way you rule them out. And if you don't make them heads, make police heads, and make them subordinates to the police in that case. But where the police has to take orders from them, then you have problem.
Mr. Okuni, you're talking about the issues of the third force and how this will play out in this election. A big question that has been raised is the manner in which the politicians conduct themselves, the awareness of voters on one hand. 2019, are the ideas being projected that concerns Nigerians, the ideas that are the heart of the needs and the yearnings of Nigerians, are those the issues that are being raised at the campaigns that we see these days?
There's even no, at this point, no, I don't understand really. No issue. The elections, 2019 election, I mean, I've not seen any clear issues raised beyond economy. And our problem, the problem of Nigeria is not about economy. It's actually political, foundational, electoral. That is the problem, and that's why you have violence. If you don't resolve that, you cannot have a violence-free election. You must deal with the political system. And as we speak today, you do not have a political class, the classical sense of it. Those you have are people who came in and saw politics as business, and it is do or die for them. So there must be violence. For them, no political academy, no political education, no real political party. So you have that kind of environment, and you think there won't be violence. You look at Britain, look at what is happening today. Brexit, the parliament, you see the prime minister in the parliament answering questions, giving account of what she's done. If that doesn't exist, you want to move God's presidency somewhere where you pack full of the resources of Nigeria, and it's being pilfered. So, therefore, we must deal in the interim. We must deal with the electoral system, and that is why the president has to quickly do the needful.
I mean, isn't that late in the day, the National Assembly day? I mean, in the reality of it is that they may not be able to override the president. The idea of signing the Electoral Amendment Act bill into law may not be a realistic one towards 2019. The president said it. After 2019, he may sign it, but before 2019, he's not going to sign it.
The parliament can veto.
But some of them, in the real political sense, to override him is almost impossible. The numbers needed.
Oh, then that means they are all not working for the Nigerian people. They must be able to veto. They must be able to reach a consensus and say we hold this as a duty to the Nigerian